Even if you don't try to follow any of the tips from this video, I would urge you to follow this one. I hope this will really help you out. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to discuss about how to stop wasting time during our work day. I wanted to discuss this with top 10 time wasters which I have experienced during my work days and what could be a viable solution for that from my opinion. With that said, let's get started. First one, not having enough sleep to start the day. Generally, whenever you read some self-help books or time management related articles or books, most of the times the experts used to suggest that your day starts the previous night itself. They used to discuss about planning your day one day earlier, but here I wanted to discuss about having enough sleep in order to start your next day very strongly. In case if I am not getting minimum 6 hours of sleep, then the next day I will always feel so tired, at least for the first half of the day, and we will not be able to stay focused on what we want to do. So in my opinion, not sleeping properly the previous night is also going to waste some of our time in the next working day. So the viable solution is obvious. We will need to sleep enough for our body conditions. It might change from person to person. For some people, having just 5 hours could be enough, but for some people maybe it is up to 8 hours that they will need to sleep. So I would suggest to find out the minimum hours of sleep that your body requires. Please try to sleep for that many hours without wasting your time during your night. Secondly, not having a plan to start the day. With this, I don't mean that you need to meticulously plan what you are going to do for the whole day. As I said, a lot of productive gurus or authors suggest planning the day one day prior, but if you can't do that, it is still fine. What I would suggest is at least before start your day, don't just get into the tasks what you already have. Just stop for a moment and take a granular look. Please try to make a small plan. With that, if you run your day, then you will tend to lose less time rather than simply juggling between multiple things without having even a small plan. Thirdly, postponing most important tasks of the day, or I could also say that most difficult and important tasks. It happened many times with me whenever I used to start my day, which are easy ones, which are difficult ones. I generally tend to pick the easy ones first and then try to work on that. What happens is, even though I am working on simple tasks, the fear of facing that difficult task still runs in my mind. When I complete the simple tasks and plan to take the difficult ones, I tend to feel like, yeah, maybe let's take one more simple task and then do that difficult task later. Like this, I used to postpone, and when almost the half of the day or 3/4 of the day is complete, I might already lose a lot of my energy. And at last, when I go and pick that difficult task, then I might tend to have less energy and I am not able to focus a lot in that. And I might end up doing that in a mediocre quality. So here my suggestion would be, when you start your day with a small plan, please try to work on the most difficult tasks first and then move to the simpler ones. You will really start feeling that feel-good factor when you start doing this one. If you are enjoying this video now, then please give a like to this video and let's continue to the next point. Fourth one, not asking for help. Let's say you started taking up the most difficult tasks and you are trying to solve it or you are trying to complete it, and for some reason you are not able to move from a certain point. You are trying to put all your efforts, still you are not able to move, and you feel devastated and you try to just stay with that problem, thinking like, what can I do? Why am I not able to solve this? And by thinking too much about this, we are losing a lot of time here. Instead, we can just ask for help with our senior members in the team, or maybe in any other way, let's say asking in Stack Overflow or in any other forum if we can do that. So here my suggestion would be, somehow we will need to keep the ball moving. Either you ask someone who can help you, or go to your manager and say that you are stuck and you need some help. Either your manager can help or he or she can arrange somebody else who can help you. Fifth one, not saying no. The most important and the most difficult thing to do in anyone's life, saying no. Importantly, in our work life, many a times we ask for help to someone else, and at the same time the other people come to us and they ask for some help. Let's be team players, let's try to help others, but at the same time let us prioritize our stuff first, finish it, and then let's move on to help others. I think no one will take it as offensive. because everyone needs to complete their responsibilities first and then help others. In case if your responsibilities are different, maybe just helping others is your core responsibility, then it's okay, you can keep doing that. But otherwise, if you have your own tasks to complete which are important and urgent, then please concentrate on yours first and then be available for others to help. Sixth one, not caring about workspace. If we have very good work environment, that itself gives us a lot of peace and focus with which we will be able to concentrate on our work more. In case our workspace is cluttered a lot and not organized in a good manner, by seeing that, our mind will not be feeling very good. It might distract us towards different things and we may not be able to concentrate on our work. Thinking about home office stuff, when we are working from home, sometimes or most of the times it happens, if the employer does not sponsor for any furniture, then we tend to use some basic available furniture from our home. Maybe working with a plastic chair or a normal chair and working with a normal table. It is completely okay to use that as long as you are feeling comfortable with it and you are not getting tired or back pain because of that. So here what I would like to suggest is, in case if we are working in office, then having a clean and neat desk might help us to work efficiently. And if we are working from home office, then having or investing in a good furniture will definitely help us to save our time. At the same time, it can help us to save the money what we might spend with the hospital at later point of time due to poor infrastructure. Seventh one, doing a prolonged chat. Some occasions we tend to do a chat with our colleagues and some occasions we will need to do calls. Nowadays, as the work from home or hybrid model is increased, or even in the office working environment, most of the times what we do is we keep on doing chat instead of just doing a quick call. And most importantly, when we have some uncomfortable conversations, like your manager is asking you for updates, or your lead or someone who is questioning you about a mistake what you have done in your work or something what you have missed. So during such times, whenever we do a chat, it will always go for a longer one. In most of the times, it tend to finish in a negative manner only. Whenever we do such chats, we try to read their messages in order to give some supporting response. But we don't try to understand what they are trying to say. It happens in both ways. When you are questioning someone, at the same time when you are explaining yourself to someone. So here what is my suggestion? So whenever we have such conversations, no matter it is a good conversation or maybe explaining or negative bad conversation, don't stick to the chat for a longer time. If you think that it's going beyond 5 to 10 minutes, then try to book a slot in their calendar and try to meet the person directly and discuss with them. In case if you cannot meet in person, then try to do a video call, because nowadays most of the things we do in a video call or maybe audio call. Somehow move your conversation from chat to voice. Only then you will be able to save a lot of time, and most importantly, you can avoid misunderstandings. Even if you don't try to follow any of the tips from this video, I would urge you to follow this one. Please stop having a prolonged chat and try to have quick calls. I hope this will really help you out. Eighth one, checking the phone too often. I think time wasters list can never end without mentioning the phone. We tend to lose a lot of our time with mobile phone and especially with social media stuff. Without even receiving any notification message from our phone, we simply take our phone and check for a lot of updates in WhatsApp, Instagram or any other social media or any other apps. Here when we realize that we are spending a lot of time in our phone, we need to change our mindset rather than uninstalling applications in the phone. What happened with me is I realized that I'm spending a lot of time in the Facebook videos when they introduced that new feature. So I started to watch a lot of random videos and spend a lot of time. So what I did, I thought, okay, genius decision. I am going to uninstall the Facebook app from my phone. Then I'm not going to see it at any cost. It was working for me for few days. But what happened over the time is, instead of seeing the Facebook, I started scrolling through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not a bad place, but simply scrolling through that for a long time, it's a bad thing to do, right? That's what I started doing. So it's not about the app what we are seeing in our phone, it's about the time that we are losing with that activity. Even if we are going to read a lot of good stuff in our phone, but if we are doing it for the long time during our work day, then it's going to always eat our time. So instead of just saying some of the apps as demons, we will need to condition our minds to stop checking the phone automatically, even though there is no notification, no call, nothing. Ninth one, unintentional long breaks. So what happens is when we are working on a lot of tasks, we are trying to think a lot and we try to solve a lot of problems and we try to come up with new ideas. So it is obvious that we tend to lose a lot of our energy and we feel so frustrated or so drained. And taking short breaks is obviously going to help us to renew our energy and try to continue our work. So that is completely recommended. It's good to do. Try to take many short breaks and come back to your work. But the problem is the unintentional breaks what we take without even knowing that we are wasting a lot of our time. For example, whenever I used to feel like taking a break, I used to go out of my working room and take my mobile and maybe watch some comedy videos so that I will be able to free up my mind for some time. But I end up scrolling through a lot of such videos and without even realizing that I lost a lot of my time already. If you need long breaks, you can also still take that, but be mindful about taking such long breaks. It shouldn't harm our focus and energy to continue our work for the rest of the day. Finally, 10th one, unorganized meetings. It is about a couple of things here. The first one is about being punctual to the meeting. You need to be punctual. At the same time, you need to ask the people to be on time. For example, if you are just an attendee and there is a host, make sure to convey the message that you will be able to stick to the times. After that, you have some other task to do. Maybe you can say you have another meeting to do or you have something else that you will need to work on. You will need to strongly convey this message that you respect your time and at the same time you respect others' time as well. So when you say this, people will start respecting your time and they will try to be on time during the meetings. At the same time, try to ask for the agenda of the meeting. This is something very commonly, easily ignored thing whenever the people schedule the meetings. Simply they just schedule like I'm blocking your time for this to this. Sometimes it happens that there is no such message at all, still the meeting is blocked for 1 hour. Whenever you get such meeting invites, try to be more polite and request the host to specify some agenda of that meeting. When you start asking for it once or twice, then people will come to know that you are serious about meetings. Whenever you are required, they will start sending the meeting agenda correctly and they will try to stick to the times as specified in that meet. This way you are going to save your time and others' time as well. With that, I would like to conclude this video. These are the top 10 time wasters that I have come across in my work life, and I found that fixing these things would really help us to have enormous amount of time during our work day. Of course, if we get a lot of time, then we will be able to work on the assigned tasks and some improvements also, which would eventually help us to grow in our career. In case if you are able to relate yourself with some of these time wasters, then please feel free to share about that in the comments and what are the actions that you are taking in order to overcome these time wasters. I hope this video was somehow useful to you all. If you think so, please drop a like to this video. Finally, thank you for watching this video and I will see you in my next video.